Today we're talking about PPE. I see so many pros not prioritizing their personal safety, and I'm guilty of it too. Maybe you're about to get up in an attic with a bunch of insulation, it's already been a long day, and your van is outside, you don't want to make the trek back to get your mask. It's so easy to just forget it and go up in that attic. But I'll tell you, even in those minutes, it's worth the extra 5 minutes to go down and get your mask. See, it's the cumulative effect day in and day out of breathing in dust, being on your knees, that over time causes issues. You don't see the effects now, but eventually it'll catch up to you. As a handyman or any trade really, you want to protect the following areas: eyes, ears, mouth, knees, back, hands, and feet, as well as your skin to protect it from UV rays. So in this video, I want to share with you the products that I use and when I use them to protect me when I'm out on jobs. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video where I share a pro tip on the best thing that you can do to prepare your body for a day of jobs. So let's get into it. All right, I got a lineup of the PPE that I use almost daily on jobs. So we're gonna start over here with my collection of goggles. Now, I'll start with this one. This is from DeWalt. And as you can see, it's pretty dirty, but it has a gasket lining around the edge of it, and it creates a pretty tight seal. Another one that I have also creates a nice compression fit against your eyes and your nose. And I use these in not well ventilated areas, like if I'm sanding drywall in a home and I just want to protect my eyes. So I highly recommend these. These have a nice kind of tint to them as well. And they come with 2 different arm bands that you can adjust. This is more for kind of lighter duty stuff if you just want to protect your eyes, maybe when you're outside, you're cutting some wood. Also to note that these goggles are anti-fog, which is really nice. So if I'm wearing one of these masks, they won't fog up on me. Moving on, we have ear protection. Now, I'm a big fan of ear protection, and you can also see that I have my Apple Watch. And the Apple Watch, I believe it's above 90 decibels or so. I'll get a notification when the environment is too loud. So that's kind of a nice thing to have. But I like these earmuffs versus the little foam ear inserts because those kind of get dirty, especially if your hands are dirty working on a job. They kind of get nasty and they kind of hurt your ear. So these are a good all-around way to protect your ear. They can slip right over your head, even if you're wearing goggles or a mask. And then, so moving on, I've got my masks here. Now, I keep 2 different styles. This one I kind of call my lighter duty mask. This is my heavier duty mask. So this is an N95, and I'll throw this on if I'm, again, doing lighter duty stuff, maybe outside, if I've got my miter saw set up and maybe I'm installing some deck stairs and I'm cutting wood just to keep the sawdust out. I'll wear this. But then of course, you know, if I'm, again, sanding drywall or doing something in a less well-ventilated area, maybe in an attic, definitely gonna put this on. I have a particulate filter, and this keeps out dust and smoke as well. And what's nice about this is from 3M, and I'll just show you. I'll put this on. So it has this lever here, so you can take the mask off without having to take the headgear off. And that's really handy, you know, if it's cold out, you get a hat on. You don't have to kind of remove the hat or your goggles to be able to lower down the mask and talk to a client, say. Also, something to note, you know, when you're using this, when you replace these filters, it's good to make a note of when you do that. And ideally, I think it's about every 6 months that you should replace these. All right, moving on, we're gonna protect our knees. So I have this Carhartt pant here, and this is the Rugged Flex Carhartt pant. And it's really high quality, it's really thick material. But the key feature of these is that they have these knee inserts. And it's just a quick Velcro removable pocket here. And I throw these in here, and these are really great. These have saved my knees, and I just picked these up on Amazon. I think the pair was about $11. Carhartt sells their own inserts, but I just kind of went ahead and picked these up. I saw that the reviews weren't that great on them. So these are washable too. You can leave these in here and throw this whole pant in the wash, and you don't have to think about it. I've tried a lot of different solutions over the years to protect my knees, and I've gone through a whole list of different strap-on knee pads, but I find that having a pant with knee pad inserts is just really the way to go, because that way, if you get up, you have to go to the store to get material, you don't have to keep taking the knee pad on and off. So it's just a lot easier from a maintenance standpoint. Once these kind of form to your knees, you really forget about them. And then you can just kind of wear them throughout the day, and you're protected. And then of course, if I'm maybe wearing shorts or something and I'm outside, I gotta get down. I have my 1.5 inch foam knee pad here, and it's got a nice little carrying handle, so it's easily transportable. Moving on, we got my collection of gloves here. Now, of course, you're gonna have a different style of glove for every type of job you're doing, but I got the 3 main ones here that I use. So starting off with these orange ones, these are fully waterproof. They're nitrile gloves. They're 9 mil. So they're really thick. They're for heavier duty jobs. What's nice about these is that they don't rip easily because they're so heavy duty, and they're texturized too, so you get some good grip. I'll typically wear those if I'm maybe replacing a faucet or a garbage disposal where it's kind of nasty and you don't want to get that stuff on your hands. And then I've got my material handling gloves. These are nice. These are dipped and coated, so at least the palm and most of the fingers have a waterproof coating. And these are cheap. You can pick these up in like 15 packs, but I like to reuse them. They are disposable, but these are really great to have. They got a little bit of grip on them. And they're lighter duty, that they're breathable, so you can wear them in the summer and do what you need to do. I recently picked these up, and I've gone through a bunch of different like carpenter's gloves, but I saw reviews online that these are really, really nice. These are by Mechanics. They're framer gloves. That's how they're marketed. The palm has really a lot of padding, and then of course, what's typical with carpenter's gloves is the thumb, the forefinger, and the middle finger are kind of cut off. So you have that dexterity with those 3 fingers to like pick up screws, stuff like that. And then on the knuckles and the fingers, you have all this heavy duty padding. So it really, really protects your hands, when you're transporting wood, working with saws, stuff like that. So this is good to have. All right, moving on, we got footwear. We want to protect our feet. These, you can see that I've gotten a lot of use out of these, but this first pair is by Merrell. I really like Merrell. They have a really comfortable shoe, and then they have this Vibram sole. So Vibram makes really comfortable soles and shoes, and so if you're working up on a ladder, you're only on a rung, like a single rung instead of a double rung. Sometimes your feet can get hurt, but this Vibram sole creates a lot of padding. So if you're up and down on a ladder all day, your feet aren't that sore at the end of the day. So these are nice. I'd definitely get another pair of these. And then back here, we have some steel toe boots. Highly recommend getting some steel toe boots. I've been known to drop 4x8 sheets of plywood on my foot, so having these on definitely helps protect your feet. All right, our last and final item is that we want to protect our skin. So I have some sunscreen here, and I'll lather this up. I try to lather it up before I leave my house. That way the sunscreen has time to soak into your skin, typically about 15 minutes, most bottles recommend. So you want to apply that before you head out so that you're protected by the time that you get to the client's house. As mentioned at the start of the video, a pro tip to prepare your body for a day of jobs is to incorporate stretching into your morning routine. Set aside 5 to 10 minutes to warm up your muscles and joints. This will help you be more flexible and prevent injury. So build the habit now. Utilizing PPE in your day-to-day operations is all about self-preservation. And if you can subscribe to that idea, then you may live longer. Your future self will thank you. If you're interested in any of the products you saw today, I'll leave the links in the description. Be sure to check out my other video on the best gadgets for a handyman. Until next time, take care and be well.